Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
This is Hafi at Texas Ticket. I want to talk about one of our sponsors, Lake Conroe Home and Outdoor Living Show that's coming to Lake Conroe at Margaritaville, August 27th and 28th.
What a great weekend that's going to be at a place that I'm just dying to visit. Margaritaville is a gorgeous property, an IAC resort, got so much available for the entire property, for the entire family, lots to see, lots of eye candy out there. You can also get your tickets for the August 27th, 28th show at the Margaritaville Resort, qualityhomeshows.com. You can go there and buy your tickets, or you can get them at the link below. Thank you to our sponsor, Lake Conroe Home and Outdoor Living Show. Welcome to the Texas Ticket Show. This is Armando Nino. I'm with Hafi Ferreira, my co-host.
Yeah, buddy.
And friend. Comrade.
Absolutely.
Commandant.
Because why?
Cunyao.
What did you say if you go and want to really know about somebody? What do you do?
Watch their podcast?
Not that?
No.
Go on a road trip.
Go on a road trip.
Yeah,
That's right.
buddy.
You can really get to know somebody on a road trip. You know, you can get to know how irregular or regular they are, and what they like to talk about when they talk to themselves, things like that, you know, just all kinds of stuff, you know, and,
Dude, that was a good one, though. I mean, honestly, it was a fun trip, but I've never known how far Bloody Bourbon Street was. Thank goodness you didn't tell me at the end, right? After the fact.
I was like, are you sure it's what you want to do? And you're like, yeah, let's go. Well, we had a lot of reasons to go. We got the Conroe Cajun Catfish Festival coming up, and there was a lot of Cajun theme. We wanted to get some stuff to decorate this studio we're in, you know. Could use a little decor. It's in the, it's just modernly updated and needs a lot of, I want to bring a plant in here so bad. But nevertheless, some Cajun decor to celebrate the Cajun moment that's coming up here in Conroe, as well as the Voodoo Halloween Festival. We're going to talk about the end of the show when you punch your Texas ticket calendar at the end of the show, and that's sponsored by Forthright Roofing. Or actually, it's not. It's not. I forgot. We wanted them to, but that actually hasn't happened. But we really want to build that segment to where somebody
absolutely,
would
man.
sponsor or pledge or contribute or whatever the right terminology there is, that calendar at the end of our show every day. And we can bring up all the best events in sort of a chronological order rather than just talk about it like we do.
Yeah, but it's also, when you talk about some of the stuff as well, it's specifically not just one location, multiple locations, downtown Conroe, Montgomery. It's just phenomenal. Some of the stuff
North Woodlands.
There's a ton of stuff going on,
I don't want to take Cynthia Mitchell Woodlands out of the equation for Montgomery County. There's just too much talent coming out there.
Rob Zombie was a Sunday. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it, but I heard he was going to be there.
Yeah.
But, Robert Banney is going to be on the show today. And, man, Conroebass.com, this guy, you could punch your Texas ticket today on the show, and I hope y'all really enjoy that. Really, we talk about it a lot, punching that ticket, but what it really means is to just edge into being more of a Texan.
As you said that as well, I feel like the amount you've talked about this, Mr. Robert, I feel like just shaking his hand is going to be punching my Texas ticket.
Oh, yeah.
The information that's going to come out of him.
Well, I usually charge you about $300 an hour to get his fishing lesson. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't give a lot of people a lot of credit, especially once those tall tale fishing stories. But he's no tall tale. It's the real thing, and you'll get that. You'll see. So if you're a fisherman and angler, stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of really, really enlightening stuff from people that know what they're talking about. Texas lakes, Texas area, right here on Lake Conroe, that can really, I guess, reach out and hopefully share you some insight, and hopefully we ask them the right questions or just let them rant on.
Hyperlocal?
Ridiculously hyper-local.
No way.
His wife is the teaches choir to my daughter over at Medley Ranch, and has for years, and been one of the teachers out there for as far as I can remember. We were friends before they were married, and I was friends with Robert back when, we were much younger fellas, and here in Lake Conroe,
you still have your hair, at least. So how much?
Most of it, most of it. As long as that camera right there just gets off the back of my head.
What do you think I wear a cap?
But we'll be back. Let's get Robert out here to get these folks a little closer related to what it is to being a Texan, punch that
that
sucker.
Texas
you know,
ticket.
and there's a way to do that. And you know, you can go bull ride. You can go. You can go build a truck yourself. You know, you can be a roper. You can go catch wild javelina. You can catch
Javelina?
hog, javelina, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
I'm still so fresh. I've been here 16, 17 years.
You can noodle and you just.
Yeah, I know what noodling
You're a
is.
little more Texan, but there's a lot of places that do some of these things around the country, in the U.S. and around the world. You know, but we're real concentrated on doing it a certain way. I mean, we've got our own kind of deer. We like the whitetail here. You know, I mean, we like the axis and all these other ones too, but home to whitetail, home to the
Texas
channel
way.
cat, home to the bass, the wide mouth and the smallmouth basses. There's certain things that are indigenous and typical here, and I guess other than barbecue and country dancing and country girls.
Who doesn't love good barbecue, dude?
Yeah, all that. You know, but let's come back and let's let you know, the guys that really know. I mean, I hate saying that I know everything that I'm talking about all the time, because I honestly don't. You know, so I just like to segue for a fellow that does, though.
I'm going to go tell him a lot of times where even Mr. Robert, Armando said.
Well, an expert's an expert, and you know, a lot of folks want to call themselves a fishing expert. But
Mr. Angler?
Man, he is the angler.
Yeah.
We'll be back with Robert Banney right here on the Texas Ticket.
Yeah, buddy.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Gull Lake Conroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas Ticket.
Welcome back to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando, and I'm with Hoppy Fedetta.
Yeah, buddy.
Act like we promised with the man, the Texan, Robert Banney. Banney, welcome to the show.
Dude, you talked him up quite a bit, man. I was talking about just hunting and whatnot, and he basically said, this is one of the guys in Texas that you have to meet.
Angler, yeah. I don't know what your hunting prowess is. I'm sure there's plenty. But I think you're raising those things now, aren't you? Deer out there?
Yeah, I'm more of a raiser, not of much of a hunter anymore.
Okay. But you're supplying for leases and things like that?
Well, we sell deer to pretty much anybody that wants to increase their genetics, or anybody that's got a high fence, wants to add more deer and better genetics to their herd.
Well, we told everybody that if you watch today's show, you could punch your Texas ticket, because you'd be more Texan when we're done. And I think a Texan really doesn't really know how Texan they are. I mean, a real Texan just loses touch because it's just the way.
Coming at you with a cup and probably iced tea, right?
Yeah.
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Yeah, but, honestly, that was the mindset that, you get so immersed in an environment. It's just the way. We don't really recognize how we are sometimes.
Dude, no, coming from the outside in, you guys are awesome. I'm telling you about Texas itself. Just.
Yeah, he can see it. He can see it clear as a bell. And we were talking about, we had our first show. We had a bull rider on, Parker McCall.
Yeah.
McCowan. Sorry, I called him that on the show while he was sitting here. He's like, seriously?
Yeah.
Well, he's a bull rider, right? And then we were like, well, man, I don't care where you're from, but if you rode in a bull rode a bull in a rodeo in Texas for 5 or 6 years, you're a lot closer to being a Texan than you were before.
Most people, yeah.
Yeah, than most. I mean, you can punch that ticket.
Yeah.
But, raising deer, fishing, and some of the things that you take part in an extreme way, I think really has a lot to share, and a lot for people to learn from, and a lot of people that can pick up on things that you just think are every day. I mean, you're doing 2 fishing tournaments a week, right?
Yeah, we're running two. We have a Tuesday night tournament on Conroe and a Thursday night tournament on Conroe. And through Conroe Bass, you can check out the information at conroebass.com.
That's a real pretty website you got there, conroebass.com.
Yep.
A pretty one?
Yeah.
Why is it a pretty
great
one?
ideas, because I helped him with it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When we were younger.
But yeah, we're the Tuesdays are team event and the Thursdays are individual event. So,
okay.
Oh, no way.
And then Thursdays is just one fish. So you come out, spend your money, and you could win a whole lot of money just catching one fish.
That's big bass, right?
Yeah, just one fish.
Like how much is a whole lot of money?
But
I mean, over $1,000 for one fish.
it just
How
depends
much?
on
A lot
who's
of
playing,
times,
right?
yeah.
It
Oh,
depends
yeah.
how many fishermen are in
Yeah.
the hunt. It raises
Yeah.
the cost.
Yeah, we
But-
usually have quite a few though. And
Damn.
last week, believe it or not, since the lake's been low and no oxygen in the water to speak of, a 3-pounder won it.
The big
A
bass.
3-pounder won the Thursday night. Can you believe that?
Pull up that big bass real quick that Mr. Banney was showing there. Now, this ain't no 3-pounder here, Robert. I don't know what you're talking about, but it looks like maybe I'm not cut out to be a big bass fisherman.
That's an 891. Yeah,
We don't get a lot
that was
of
a
those.
good one.
How long ago was
Yeah,
that?
that was about 3 months ago, I guess.
3 months ago. Now, so you really got to have your mind right. Now, granted, you could slip one in and beat that 3-pound fella, but
Stick your hand in
You
there
don't
and
get
just pull
lucky.
one out.
You got to get lucky to beat him with
Well,
3-pound bass.
You just got to try to be near them.
it's still a 3-fish
You
stringer,
got to be
right?
around them. On Tuesdays, it's 3-fish stringer. Yeah,
Thursday's just one fish.
Thursdays is one fish. Yeah, and then we also have some weekend series too in between.
Now, in October now, we've got the championships going on, right?
Yeah, we got championships coming up.
Yeah.
It's gonna get
that's
interesting.
cool. And what do you got to do to qualify to get into some of that?
You got to be in the top 35 of all the tournament. You fish all year, every week, and then at the end of the year, you're in the it's by weight. And if you're in the top 35, you can make it to the championship, and then the championship can be quite a bit of money.
So that's all year, like 12 months or?
It's not all year. It's usually start in March.
Okay, March.
We go from March all the way through till September.
So I'm not familiar with this stuff, and that's why I always refer back to him because he's the angler with the
Ask
hello
those
badge.
questions. I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't know.
Yeah,
my,
that's-
my name is badge says
Yeah,
angler. underneath.
angler at the bottom.
Every time we go networking, you instead of putting your business name on your shirt, we always put angler.
Yeah. But that's why just some of the questions, because obviously it's, looking from the outside in, I mean, they talked about Lake Conroe being such a difficult lake to fish on. I mean, everything counts.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that find Conroe really difficult,
Yeah.
and it's just, I don't know why it's so difficult for a lot of people. I think it's just, we don't have a lot of grass in the lake, and a lot of grass lakes are easier to fish typically. But one thing about Conroe is it's so big, it has so much shoreline, and it's so vast that you don't know where to start. You're like, it all looks good. The boat dock's over there, and then there's lily pads back here, and then there's every single point in this lake has got brush on it somewhere on it, because there's so many people that have fished this lake over the years. They put out brush piles and all to attract the fish, and a lot of guys just don't know where to start.
So they put the Christmas tree down in
Oh,
December.
yeah,
Come back to their own tree later.
Load up the Christmas trees on your hole and keep the fish around.
Dude, that's nuts, actually, man. Because he always talks about the fishing thing, and I always a little envious because we never fished a lot in South Africa because it's just not one of those things that's really popular, but more just going hunting. But he always talks about the fishing thing. And I was like, man, this is awesome, especially at a lake like this.
Yeah, I do love fishing. Yeah, I started out catfishing, and then then I just went straight bass across the board. I mean, what did you tell me that one? I just don't want to touch them. I don't mind catfishing, but I just don't want to touch them.
Well, I mean, and if you're in a bass boat, catfish don't do your carpet very well.
Yeah,
Go along with carpet
there's
very
that.
well.
But so biggest bass. Tell me about your personal biggest bass. What's the Robert Banney biggest bass? The owner of Conroebass.com.
11.2.
Nasty. What's the Lake Conroe record?
15. I think it's 1593.
Oh, damn.
Almost 16 pounds.
And I think there was one caught nearby lake here recently, right around there. I saw it. They pulled it out. They're like, wait for the end. The guy's got it in live well, and all of a sudden it comes out. It's this prehistoric looking thing. It's like, oh my God, what in the world?
The big ones do look a little different. Yeah, especially if you hadn't seen very many of them. You finally get a big one, you're like, oh, it does look kind of like a dinosaur.
Yeah,
Looking at that one, yeah, possibly.
All my boys have been telling me lately that you got to go deep right now with the heat, and because shore fishing's just losing its luster a bit. And do you find that while you're running?
Not necessarily. It depends on several factors. Right now, you got a shad spawn that's coming on, and when the shad start spawning, well, their bass are going to be shallow.
Yeah.
And they don't care what the water temp is. They're there for the food. And they may go back out deep and suspend during the day, but they're going to go up there and feed. And you just got to capitalize on it. what the bite is. You know, you can hang out there deep, maybe get a big fish, you know, working it slow, but you know, if those fish pull up and they feed on the bulkheads or on the rocks, you know, eating shad, and whoever's doing that's going to tear them up, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, when we went fishing, it was, you know, he was giving us some coaching, and you've mentored me a bit in my angling career, if that's the thing. But you know, it was the difference between a painted dock and an unpainted dock, stairs and a
So
slide.
he's the guy that told you this.
He's the guy.
He's been talking about
That's
that quite
the guy.
often, about the lights and this and that, and the painted docks.
Coaches in on that it makes a temperature change in the water. You know, and
little details.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
And we had another guy tell us recently that, you know, about how different Lake Conroe is.
Yeah.
And, you know, that they'll be doing this in one part and the other. But from what I understand, if they're biting at purple in the morning, they're biting at purple in the morning all over the lake. You know, they get this fever for a certain color or a certain type, and it's hitting all day.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll get on a certain pattern, but typically on Conroe, your lighter colors work better down south than they do up north. Up north, you got to use darker colors because the water's a little more stained. They can see it better in the water. They can't see the light colors as easily.
It's bloody nuts
What?
how all this is so calculated.
Oh, it's
You just-
calculated.
That's the shallow end of the
Because
pool.
every-
I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
he's calculating a whole lot more than that.
Because he always talks about it, it's like, okay, whatever. Because Armando sometimes, always when I go and tell a story, something he told me, it's like, I start off, Armando told me this. I just want to make sure that it's fact checked by him, his Geneva team and whatnot. But then again, when about the fishing stuff, he was talking about how scientific and everything, how calculated everything is. I mean, this is nuts.
It's almost not fair for the fish at some point.
It's
Some of
crazy.
these guys. Now,
Oh,
Tech's
yeah.
gone a long way. I mean,
Oh yeah, Tech is huge.
yeah, you can pretty much see him down there now, and
You can see him. You can look at him and you can watch him as he's swimming and follow him.
No
Exactly.
way.
Oh yeah, and you can cast right in front of him. Yeah.
Little Loomis is taking it to the next level, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a change, you know. And us older guys, you know, we're not afraid to change, but it's like a little hard for us to grasp and get a
Whatever.
hold
You got
of
more
it.
SD cards than a
Yeah.
photographer for CNN. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just slip in the side of that Loomis, tells them what it looks like every single day of the
That's
week.
him as well?
Last year.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
you can rely on history a lot of times to go, well, last year this time we were only catching them doing this. And,
Let me
you know,
see, and he pops in his other SD, and you know that's
Dude,
where
this
he's
is
at.
this guy?
That's
Oh, my goodness. He's been talking a lot about you then.
Yeah, and you know, my friend Judd,
Yeah.
Judd Hatch, he's quite the angler too, and he just gets up too early for me. I mean, he fishes between 4 and 6 a.m. I mean, it's still dark when he's done. You know, I'm like, really? He goes, let's go hit the lights. I'm like, hit the lights.
Yeah, you got to hit those underwater lights before the
5
sun
a.m.
comes up. They'll
Yeah,
be feeding in the morning on those lights too. I mean,
that's where he's going.
a
He's
lot of
hitting
times,
those.
you know, your bass tournaments and your weekend series, a lot of times is denoted by what time are we leaving out. Because if we're leaving out, well, no, we ain't going to that spot first. We're going to go try to hit some lights on the way, you know, try to pick up those last
That's what he
feeders.
did for his anniversary, I think. Judd's like, honey, we're gonna go hit some lights, then we're gonna take you for a real nice breakfast. And then she's like, wait, what?
So how long have you been fishing for?
All my life, pretty much.
So you just one day said, man, I'm going to go grab a stick, put a line on it, and just.
I just fell in love with fishing when I was a little bitty kid, you know, and we lived near a pond, and that was about the only thing my mom would let me do.
No.
Only thing I could do that wouldn't get in trouble.
No, there are ways it's not safe.
Yeah,
No,
well,
we
that's
got
true.
a picture of a recent unsafe incident. Now that I told you I wouldn't throw any stones, but there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Little Robert Banney blood. You know, there's blood, sweat, and tears on your boat.
Yeah, we managed to get it out without having to go to the hospital, but we actually videoed how to get hooks out like that are in your hand without having
That is
to-
your hand, right?
Oh, that's my hand, yeah.
I was
It's
like, that
healed
looks a
up
little
now.
Robert
It's
Banney.
got a couple little marks there, but
No way.
yeah, oh yeah, those hooks are sharp too, by God.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and fishing in the dark is a little tougher than fishing when the light's on. You know, I mean,
it is. It's a little
them
tough.
topwaters can be a train wreck on your boat if it goes sideways.
Yeah, it's that one got me though for sure.
Yeah. So every Tuesday and every Thursday, where do we go to fish at?
We're going at April Plaza right now.
April Plaza. Okay.
April Plaza Marina on Conroe. And I mean,
Both Tuesday and Thursdays.
Yeah,
and that's where the
Tuesdays and
championship's held too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you have to pay for something to just get in?
Oh yeah, you got to pay.
Tournament fish
Yeah,
and a fishing license.
Yeah,
State's going to charge you.
Yeah, for your Tuesdays tournaments, the entry fee's $100 plus there's a $20 big bass side pot.
Okay.
And uniforms
big
are not required.
No uniforms are required.
You don't have to wear a uniform.
Oh, so you can go like this.
You can go in anything you want.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Swim trunks.
I've never seen anybody catch a fish in a suit though.
I want to see this actually. Oh, we need to go out there with the little suit and suit.
No, with a big no. It's hot.
You know what good? That's what it looks like. You pull this thing up and you say your 3-piece suit and cheers.
I'm invisible when you hold that cheers fish up. You're invisible. Like that one with Robert and that big fishing from you barely see him back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
That's
visible.
historical, yeah.
We're here for the fish. You know that, and you know, a great angler is a great angler, and you know, but there's a skill to it. There's always people worried about, you know, the end of days, you know, where I can't go to the grocery store anymore. Well, Robert's not one of those people.
No, they'll find a
Yeah,
way.
no, he gonna eat good.
Yeah.
He's still having steak. What's everybody crying about? Yeah, I mean, for real. I mean, I would imagine. I mean, man, his apocalyptic value is way up there.
Yeah, but see,
you
we
know?
started. We started.
We got fish and deer. We're good
We're
to
gonna
go.
be
If
good.
all
We'll
hell
be
breaks
fine.
loose,
Yeah.
my God, we're good.
We're eating good.
But it's not like talking about the hunting thing as well. So yeah, obviously it's called fishing, but you're still hunting this fish, right?
Well, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's times of the year that you're actually sight fishing. You're looking with your eyes, and you can see because the fish will pull up shallow on beds, and you can see the fish, and you're like, "There's a 10-pounder. I'm going to sit here and try to catch her."
No way.
Oh yeah, and there's times there'll be hundreds of them up on beds, and you're like, "There's one.
They
there's
do
one."
their spawn, kind of like
Yeah.
a deer's rut, you know,
Yeah.
where they'll
Yeah.
move into the right positions. They come into shallow water, lay their eggs, and do their business and raise their young. But while they're there, if you drop anything anywhere near their beds, they'll pick that thing up and move it away. Like, get out of here.
No way.
Oh, they don't like it there. They ain't trying to eat it. They won't try to sink the hook. They'll just pick that thing up and draw it away and drop it over there. But if you're a good angler, like Mr. Banney, when
like
that
I'm
sucker
gonna
comes,
get
you'll catch him on the mid dorsal or something. You know, you'll catch him on his tail fin. You know, it's like, how did I catch his fish? Because he was moving it so fast, and I know exactly what he's doing. She's trying to get it out of her bed, you know, and then when
No
she
bloody
goes over
way.
there to move you out of the way.
Well, you just got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. And, you know, and you watch your line, and you're watching that bed, and most of the time you don't even see the fish move. They're just so fast when they pick it up and go. But you got to watch that line. Well, as soon as you see that line move, you got to snatch her quick.
It's like you see in the movies and all these shows where it's like they're just sitting on the boat and like, yeah, now I'm just gonna relax and fish this thing. But it looks like there's a lot of focus, like you said as well.
Different
They go-
fish
Yeah.
react differently.
No, dude.
Yeah. Some fish
I
like
like 5
catfish, so
times
they'll get
total.
it. You could be sleeping with a bell with a catfish. You know what I mean? And the bell rings, wakes me up, and I got a catfish. You know, and your pole's been.
You
crouched
don't
over.
noodle?
No, that's all hand work.
Yeah, I can see Armando sticking his hand in a hole under a bridge somewhere. There's something in there. Oh my God! Get me out of here!
Not happening.
Get me away!
With your suit and 3-piece.
Yeah, with your 3-piece suit. Yeah, a 3-piece suit. Noodle.
I put this on for the show.
I don't know, dude. Go noodle quickly.
Yeah, I got a new job. I think. You know,
Noodle.
I went to I drove by this gas station. There were 2 signs in the window, and one said self-serve, and the other said help wanted. So I went in, filled an application out, and hired myself. You know, so I think I got the job. You know, so I'm pretty sure that. So I figured I'd dress up today since I just hired myself as a gas station employee. I'll leave the location undisclosed, but. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, new job, changed wardrobe, so I figured 3-piece today for the show would be good. So they might not recognize me when I'm working at the station. It's a dangerous crowd at 6 o'clock in the morning at gas stations.
Yeah, I want to see a 6 o'clock crowd at the we go the fishing holes and whatnot.
Well, yeah, that gas station it's / marina at 6 a.m. can be a little odd. You know, there's the
sure he knows
all-nighters
where that
that just
is.
don't sleep in general. That typically that you can run across when you come back in and fuel up your boat or get started. So, you know, there's some do's and don'ts. You know, to fishing and all-night fishing and early morning fishing because they blend into the last night. So if I start fishing at 4 a.m., I might catch the fellas that started fishing at 2 a.m.
And
Get a
you might
good
run into a crowd at about 6:30 in the morning.
And and I'm the only guy that just had a shower in the last 5 hours, because I woke up, got ready, went fishing, dropped in at about 5, started fishing, got a hook in the water about 5:45.
His peach, what do you call it, shampoo and whatnot, is going to disturb the fish. Make sure not put that peach shampoo in.
Yeah, it's not water soluble. But I've caught my fair share of bass, and we've fished a tournament several times, and we've never filled the stringer on a 3-fish stringer. It used to be Monday nights, didn't it?
Yeah, back when, yeah.
Yep, at Papa's, and now we're Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we've paired up for a few kid fishes and done those things to help the young anglers get in the system and start fishing and find their passion, and hopefully their mamas let them do that too.
No, biggest thing is as well. I mean, talking about the do's and don'ts. Like, what's some of the don'ts, obviously, out there? Because you get me out there.
Well,
saying,
you have a lot of unwritten rules of etiquette. You
Yeah.
know. I mean, if you're driving around out in a boat, somebody's going to see your boat. They're like, oh, there's that guy. Okay. But if you see that guy over there and he's wailing on those fish, catching the heck out of them, and then he comes out there the next day and you're sitting over there right on his spot where he was wailing on those fish, he's going to have some words to exchange with you.
Good to know.
Yeah, keep an eyeball on him.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. The guys do it. I mean, there's some guys, the whole way they learned how to fish was just following people around and finding their spots and going fishing when they're not there. And all
Collecting
that kind of stuff,
information, or the SD cards and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's the way. I mean, lead me to your fishing hole.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the way.
Well, there's a lot of times like this, kind of sometimes this time of year kind of stuff where, the fish are caught on a spot that this just happened to be one of the spots that didn't get fished in the last week or two. I mean, you got to find, because
rotation.
A lot of these spots get hammered every day. There's guys out there hitting that same spot every day, and when the fish show up there, it's great. But if it's getting hammered every day, eventually they're going to catch them all off of there.
And all tournament fishing's catch and release, right?
Oh yeah, all ours is
Yeah. So wouldn't it? I mean, do you think they go back home?
Some of them do, some of them stay. Some of them go. You'd be surprised. I mean, we did a bunch of tagging in the past, and we tagged some fish, and we tagged one fish over by Papa's, and we tagged it on Sunday, and it was caught in the Tuesday night tournament again. The same fish was caught again.
Oh my gosh!
It was caught across the lake 7 miles away.
Oh, damn.
In 2 days, it had gone 7 miles, and it had lost a half a pound.
Dude, it was upset. That's like, crazy. Papa's, I'm never going to go back.
Never going to Papa's again.
Yeah, he's going to get the heck away from there.
I lost a pound?
Well, there goes the Walden fishing concept that, if you had drop all your big cats in there, because it's a certified weigh station there, so you can weigh in, and so we're always like thinking, as long as you fish around the certified weigh stations, you'll catch all the biggest, and you got one of those at April Plaza, right?
Yeah, I think they do, and also during the spawn, a lot of those fish they're going to try to go back to the bed, because Mother Nature's making it, especially if she's laid her eggs there, she's going to want to try to get back over to that bed.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's understandable, I guess.
And sometimes it takes them a day or two, but a lot of times they'll show back up.
Half a pound, traveled 7 miles in 2 days. That's
he
the
finally
bass
got to where he wanted to feed. He said, "Oh, the mother load of food," and then he gets caught right away. I mean,
I gotta go back over there.
That poor guy, that poor fish.
Dang.
Dude, that's crazy.
That
Man,
is
how
crazy.
calculated this stuff is, and just how you have to adapt. I mean, it's nuts.
So so you gotta be a licensed fisherman, right?
Yeah.
And to fish in Texas. Now there's some national parks and stuff like that, and including Sam Houston State National Forest has got certain areas you can fish without a license, right?
I don't know which parts those are, but
Certain
I know
parts.
there's a few places and there's certain days. They'll say they'll have one day as National Fishing Day where anyone can fish without a license, but But typically, you pretty much need a fishing license.
Yeah, I would say that's the way. But like for a guy like Coffee who doesn't and never has fished or doesn't fish very often, you live from the Sahara, you probably don't need an annual lifetime fishing license.
Yeah,
you
it's
may
good
want
to have them.
It is.
You
but,
never know.
You
You never know. You'd be
when
hanging
once-
around somewhere and some chicks go, "Oh my gosh, we'd really love to go fishing," and you're like, "Hey,
Yeah, but
I'm
it's
the
gonna
guy."
look weird. I've got this fishing pole and it looks like a toothpick. I need to get a good pole, dude. Take me out there and we'll go.
Yeah, I got plenty
Hell
of
yeah.
gear. We So I'm still on my watermelon trick worms that you told me not to talk about.
What?
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, he's gonna kick
Everybody
in the
knows.
uprights
Everybody
now.
knows.
Everybody knows.
Dice were loaded.
Colors. This pretty much standard colors, you know. And of course, guys will think
They're always sold out. It's not like you go to Walmart and get them right now. I mean, go into Walmart, look for that watermelon silver flake.
Yeah.
You know, good luck. It's not happening.
Yeah.
You know, you might find one.
We have a lot of tackle stores around that, you know,
We do.
at the Academy and all that. And they'll
Plug a
run
few of your
out of the
boys.
best
Let me know
lures,
who's
you know.
helping you do your thing. Who's helping Conroe Bass? Who do you got on the list there?
Well, we
Let's
got,
talk about friends.
PBR, tackle and tomball, and then we got Adam and Eve.
Oh, I saw that. Ooh la la. Because I like to, you know, wear a little something when I go
What do
fishing.
you mean, Adam and Eve?
Adam and Eve, the stores.
You know.
Oh, no, mommy. So they help you guys out?
They are sponsors, yes.
No way.
And one of the owners is my partner one time on one of my series.
So he's a fisherman.
DJ, he's a fisherman, yeah.
So you don't have to fish in that suit. You can fish in some other suit.
And you know, they offer a lot of different suits you could wear.
There you
It's
go.
fantastic. Yeah, this is great. All the fishing
Yeah.
apparel.
Oh,
Who
you-
else you got?
And then, let's see. Well, you know, April Plaza, because we're going out of there.
You got that fish and tackle place, that new one there on 105 West, right next to Hellcat?
Top tier.
Yeah, top tier
Top tier.
tackle.
Oh, yeah, so-
Yeah, that's the guy. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, because we went for coffee there. That's why I saw it.
Yeah, man, that Hellcat's good coffee.
Yeah.
Or whatever that thing was you drank. That wasn't even coffee. That was like a
Oh, that blueberry thing?
infused
Yeah.
blueberry power drink. And,
Yeah, there was a combination for like 7 hours in there.
right.
Well, and we got K&K. They're going to be coming on board with this. They're the ones that do all the bulkheads and everything on Conroe.
Oh, no way.
Dredging and bulkheads and stuff.
Oops, sorry.
They're fixing to come on board with us. But you know, we're happy just to be able to go out and fish all the time and fish for real money. You know, that's the whole reason we
Yeah.
started doing tournaments, was because nobody was really paying out what they should at all. You know,
And some of us just want to show off. You know, we really don't. It ain't about the money. I'm glad to take that on the way, but you know, because I had to pay to come here and cast the boat up, but just showing off. You don't have a damn thing to do with any of that. You know, I just want to look cool and hang out with all the boys and go fishing and tell my stories and get out the house. But there is Tuesdays. What time do you get started and what time do you finish?
we take off at 5:45.
And anybody can join, right?
Anybody can come. You pay your first tournament. You pay an entry fee, a membership fee,
Okay.
and then
What's that? How much do I pay?
$40 each.
$40
for the
for a
year. That
fisherman.
covers the whole year, and then you pay your 120. You're in for big bass in the tournament. And you know, on Tuesday nights, you potentially, you know, we've had times where, you know, it's not unheard of to win $2,800 on a Tuesday night. If you catch big
On a
bass,
Tuesday?
and you catch big bass, and you win, and it's a 3-hour tournament.
So me and my partner, we can fish Tuesday and Thursdays. Is there a minimum requirement?
No,
So when you
it's
say
all by
partner-
pounds as far as the championship goes. It's all
Yeah,
by
that's what I was
pounds.
thinking. So what if me and Hoffy go,
Yeah.
we fish one time, we pay the fee, the membership and all that, and we throw one out of the park?
Let's do that. Dude.
You know, and then I guess it's going to be by weight at the end of the show. So if you don't run enough times, your weight's going to be way low.
Yeah.
You won't make the top 35 fishing one time and blowing it up.
Probably not. No, I mean, not even if you caught the biggest bag and ever caught.
You're
a
gonna have to
bag.
work it out. You're gonna have to get in there and catch some fish.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. You know, I was just thinking there's
But
no
it's a
way to-
one-time thing. You just go knock it out.
Certainly, I was just thinking, but
Well,
there's
you
ways
can
to
just
cut the
fish it one time
system.
if you want. You know,
Yeah, dude.
You could. You're still paying the
You pay the 40, yeah.
40,
but like
40.
like on Thursday, you pay it's $80 entry fee, so you pay $120. You can fish on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Try, you get lucky, catch one
Yeah.
fish. You know.
3 hours. If you go to a restaurant, you're going to pay more than 120, right?
Yeah, but we're not sailing ashore. You gotta have a boat.
We'll find a boat.
We
Yeah,
gotta
you
go
can
boat.
find a boat. Anybody can.
Bar robs.
Yeah. Give me
They got
stock
some,
canoeing out there
they
for
got some
you.
kayaks for rent.
Huffy go left. Huffy go right.
Kayaks.
See the captain standing there.
Huffy go left. Huffy go right.
Go right.
See, he's already thinking he's captain in a ship. He's on.
You're the
he's on
captain. I'm the
SS
one
Minnow.
rowing. What are you talking about? Huffy go left. Huffy go
You ain't
right.
got either one of us fishing in that story.
It takes a minute to get out there, right?
You know, man, these guys get out there. I mean, they're like on a boat race when you hit that
Oh
horn.
yeah, they're.
I mean, man, they're gone. We'd be like, they like pull cards, right?
Dude, I
Chips?
want to see this,
Yeah,
man.
They
we
pull
draw
chips
numbers.
to see. Yeah,
They draw a number to see what order you go out in,
Oh man, if we go into
We'll get number
first,
one and just going. They'll
Yeah,
still.
no one even holds up the hole. Everybody be behind you waiting.
Oh man, they'll open
So
up quickly.
it's you think, in your perspective, is there enough time between now and October to make it happen?
To make the championship? Absolutely not.
Really? No.
No. No,
So
I mean, these
when
guys
when
been
would we
catching
start?
the-
Right after October, we'd come sign up with the Conroe Bass.
Well, we have a weekend series. That we had our winter weekend series coming up, and that's a weekend deal. So you could easily make it in if you did one of those, one of the weekend series deals.
And caught some bass.
Yeah,
right?
it
You
caught
got to
some-
bring
you
in
gotta
some
catch
fish.
something. Yeah, you got to catch something. I believe you can actually on the weekend you can actually sign up for all four and still make the championship.
So if I did all four, and I fished with you on Tuesdays and Thursdays, my weight might get me there, huh?
Well, I mean, it's just your wait for that series.
To just that series.
Yeah,
That's a
it's just
different
that series,
different
yeah.
championship.
Yeah, so
I
it's
see.
like the,
Okay.
the weekend series is 4 tournaments, and so out of those 4 tournaments, it's of course this is a 3-fish series. So out of those 4 tournaments, your biggest 3 versus everybody else's you get. But the weekend series is usually, I mean, if you catch a few fish on a weekend series, you'll usually make the championship. More than likely.
Oh, he's thinking better.
And
Man,
the championships,
I think about it.
Oh, honestly, dude, you're gonna have that angler for Shirley on that little stick
I always
on your
think
chest.
about
Just.
it. I'm just a step away from there. When I grow up, I'm gonna be just like Robert Banney.
But dude, man.
I don't know what I'm gonna do when I grow up. I have no idea.
Yeah, but hey, so Conroebass.com, you can register there, and they can always call you for some guidance and direction and those things. And although a super Texan, he still answers his phone. He's still dipping skull and drinking sweet tea and raising
sweet
deer
tea.
and to give some more integrity to your stock.
But it's funny when you see a guy walking with a cup, you know it's sweet tea, dude.
You might
Yeah,
think
don't
it's
mess with
sweet
that. Oh,
tea,
you think, yeah.
I'm not gonna believe what he tells me just because we're on the radio.
And it is early.
And nevertheless, Miss Banney, Angel, you picked the right girl. I'll tell you that. I've known you guys since before back in the day. And what did you celebrate an anniversary?
Yeah, 12 years.
12 years. Well, I knew when they were both single.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, me and him used to hang out back in the day, and now his wife, I can't even remember where I met her from. But we met long before it
Well, you
small
used to,
town, but
she went to the tournaments and stuff too.
Okay.
As a bystander watcher.
yeah, maybe there, but I think even before that, just being in this community, small town
Well,
atmosphere.
back then it was a lot smaller. There were fewer places, and we all kind of went and hung out at the same places.
Yeah, and that but now she's teach over at Medley Ranch. She teaches choir there to the kids. She taught my kids how to sing. She's my daughter's doing, it's super
That's
cool
actually-
if you watch her. She runs that whole choir thing over at Medley Ranch in Walden, and super cool, super fun, great person. And we got a shot of her, and just wanted to show the family photo here of y'all two. And she's playing along, and everybody tells me she's quite the fisherman herself. And
yeah.
there she is.
Yeah, she was happy that day.
Oh, so just to point something out.
Yeah,
Are those
hers
two
are so
bigger?
much bigger. Yeah.
She caught all 5 of those fish that day.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Good teacher, right?
Well, it helped because she had a 914 and an 869 back-to-back casts. So that did help.
Yeah, that'll
Those
help.
2 fish, that was 2 casts in a row. Of course, I was helping her. you
Yeah,
know.
good teacher.
I get the net, and I'm handing her my rod, and I'm casting it right back to the spot where she caught the last
I
one.
love
and-
following your
and
Facebook
she's-
page, man.
She's catching another one before I could even get it in.
There you go. It's another one
Yeah,
there.
that one she caught big bass in the
I follow
Continental
you.
tournament.
Which tournament?
That
I'm
was
sorry.
the Continental tournament
Okay.
back then. But yeah.
Yeah, I love following your page. You take guys out all the time, and every time he catches a fish, he puts up a video. He doesn't have that one where we're just sitting on the boat talking. We probably do. His are like, oh, and it's just wham, bam, fish on, and that's it, and all of a sudden this huge bass comes up, and it's like, wow, there was a whole lot that came before and after this, but man, all I get is that 2-3 minute strike, and it is just outstanding, dude. It's fun to watch. I love them. I'm going to keep watching that, Robert, and I'm want to encourage you to keep posting that stuff, because I think a lot of people just want to believe they're out there because they get discouraged thinking there ain't no bass out here, and you know what? That's not true. I know that's not true. That's not true, and advantages, unfair advantages. My biggest advantage is experience. Went out there, put a hook in the water, and did it for long periods of time.
Spend time on the water.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, that'll get you an advantage right there. And you can punch your
Or
Texas
hanging
ticket
out. You know, but
with a lunker. What's a lunker? How many pounds is a lunker?
a lunker, for me, I'd say probably 9-pounder.
A lunker.
Some people think a lunker's a 5-pounder because the average fisherman's largest bass he ever catches is 5 pounds for the average everyday American fisherman. So
Yeah.
these
Yeah,
guys come
I
to
know it's a
Conroe
little
and
over 5, yeah.
they're coming to our tournaments and they're seeing 8, 9, 10 pounders like every week. And it's you try to compare Conroe to other lakes and it's really just amazing how many big fish we have in this lake.
And they're getting bigger. Except for that one, he lost half a pound.
Yeah. It's funny how you called it a lunker. It's like, I thought you were going to say whopper or something like that, but yeah.
Oh, it's a
A
lunker.
lunker.
Well, he was a lunker until he lost that half pound.
Oh, really? He took him down.
That dropped him below the 8-pound range. So
I might lose a half pound after
No
7
much
miles.
lunker.
7 miles, I'll lose a
Yeah.
half pound, I think, just in beer sweat.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
Well, you can punch your
Lunker.
Texas ticket right here on Lake Conroe, right here at the Texas ticket and fishing on Lake Conroe. You can go catch them fishing at Conroebass.com, see their schedules, see where they're at. Support the group, go out fish, go watch a tournament, and see what he's talking about. Also follow Mr. Banney for some deers and all that other business he's doing there. And his side note, he's raising deers in his backyard and probably baling cotton and growing corn.
Well, we also have, believe it or not, we also have the most downloaded. I have a lake hazard map that I designed way back, and it's on our Conroe Bass, and it's actually one of the most highly downloaded maps of Lake Conroe.
I was just saying you were probably the top viewed website we ever put together, or at least helped kick off. Now we don't have a hand in any of the business you do now. There, it's all changed and it's new. It's been it's been 15 something years, right?
It's been a while.
Yeah, but that
Over
site's getting 20, 30,000 hits a week or something like that now,
yeah.
from what I understand.
Easily.
And so by far one of our heaviest hitters, and that I really still take pride in that work. And there's not any remnant of my work left, other than it still resides with GoDaddy. But other than that, but nevertheless, just being a part, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to fishing again and being a part of the tournament on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I can't
Let's
wait.
go fish with them, dude.
Let's go fishing.
I'm stoked.
Get hooked. We'll be back after this. Thank you for watching the Texas Ticket.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, you're doing a little dance.
Welcome back
To the Texas ticket.
Huffy, good to see you.
No, I like your intros every time, dude. It's like a little more jivey, and I would just always, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we got a fresh beat going. I don't know
Yeah.
how long they'll let us keep that. I think they're gonna make us change our tune soon. The guys over in corporate.
Yeah, but I like the little dancing thing that you every time do there.
Bass songs just gets me. I think it's DJ Champion. He's amazing. And we were talking about a young DJ that might be coming out here to see us and visit us on the show soon.
Oh, dude, I almost forgot now. It's for a second there.
What's her name? She's like 14 or something like that.
She's 19 now, but she started DJing when she was 16, 17.
That's crazy.
So we've been trying to get her out here, but
She can move the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got me there for a second there.
Well, we're here on the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show, right? And it's kind of new for us. We're gonna roll that
We
out.
need to do a little like a jingling noise, like punch a Texas ticket.
Yeah. We can make a noise until we get.
But when it sounded like the Friends episode, how do you whoop?
Whoop-ah.
There you go.
That's that bull's name, remember? Whoop-ah. We took us a minute.
Dude,
to
you know
figure
that's a
that out.
long time ago that you even remember that name. Whoopa.
Whoop-ah. That's the number one bull in Texas right now. America, I think
Whoopa.
worldwide,
Yeah.
right? Isn't he the top bull in the world?
Yeah,
right now?
whoopa.
98 points to get that sucker.
Dude.
Get 8 seconds on that.
Man, how do you remember that?
You
That's
can ride
awesome.
that one in Fu Manchu, and you're doing just outstanding.
Fu Manchu.
But I'll tell you, I hope you enjoyed having Banney as much as we did. What a character, what a great guy, and it's been a long time. I was reminiscing about times that have gone by when we were even closer than we are now as friends, and we fished together. And now I was thinking, man, it's been a long time.
But so a quick question though. So he's hyper local.
Super hyper,
Obviously, you know him really well. He's got a cup of sweet tea. Where's yours? Is that a part of punching your Texas ticket?
I don't want to talk about that on the radio right now because it's frowned upon. But I have a real Texas answer for that, but I don't want to discuss it.
But that's awesome though. They're seeing a real Texan with that cup saying cheers.
I'm not sure that's what's in that cup, just to be honest with you. Don't be so naive. You're South African, Sean.
Whatever. Thank goodness you didn't call me a damn Aussie, isn't
You're
it?
South African, Sean. Yeah, he's probably got bourbon in there, big old whiskey. He's got has a half a cup of Jack Daniels, and he's calling it sweet tea. And
Yeah,
that is
but-
medicine.
What did he say before he left? He's like, I need to go find some fish or something. I couldn't stop laughing. He's like, I want to go find some fish.
He's got to go find some fish. He'll be
Yeah.
right back. Yeah, he was his apocalyptic values a 10. You know, he's definitely a survivor, and, you know, and such as Texans, you know, country boy can survive. You know, but speaking of surviving, there's living and there's surviving. You know, my friend of mine from California was talking about he wanted to go off the grid and live off the grid. And I'm like, well, and then he described his living off the grid expectation, and I was like, whoa, that's called camping. Living something else. Yeah. Wow. When he described
Big
it, I'm like,
difference.
no, that's not living off the grid. I mean, that what you're talking about and what you just described to me is camping. Living off the grid, eating right, living. You know,
Yeah, dude.
living. You know, and there's a huge difference. And Texans know the difference. They know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, well, living is a lot different than getting by and surviving. You know, we can survive, but can you live like that? You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
those are
Mr.
two different
Banney
things.
looks like he's a survivor, dude.
Oh, and he lived in the woods like so long. I mean, I think he does now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know he's on some acreage. He's raising those deers and just breeding and doing stuff that just, I mean, hyper-local Texans only do. I
Talk
mean,
about the genetics, man. When he was talking about the deer and just making sure they keep it nice and tight.
yeah, randoms don't do that. You know, random from Texas. But there's a lot of stuff coming on locally.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
you can catch Robert Banney in the Conroebass.com schedule there, or you can catch him on Tuesdays and Thursdays down at April Plaza Marina. They're kicking off at 5:45. They go till 9 o'clock every Tuesday and Thursday, and you can go watch them. I think we might stop by there,
Hell yeah.
one of these Tuesdays or Thursdays and watch the weigh-ins. We'll put some of those up on our site, and you can catch them at Conroebass.com.
Hell yeah.
They get a lot more views than we do. Dang, I'm telling you, those bass will do it. I mean, if you travel 7 miles, lose half a pound, like you said, that was just crazy.
I wonder where that
He's the
7
Jacques Cousteau of Lake Conroe.
7 miles. Where
tagging
was
bass
that
and
7
stuff.
miles?
That's from Polo Lake Conroe Marina, April Plaza Marina, out to the.
Because he
other
went
side
from
of Kennedy.
Pappas, right?
No,
the
April
fish,
Plaza,
yeah.
April Plaza Marina.
But the guy that
Tagged it.
when
yeah,
he tagged,
you're right.
yeah.
He was at Pappas.
Where was the end location?
7 miles will put him out near the National Forest. Out
Damn.
There. Yeah, and that'll be the other side of the 1097 bridge to the left.
Dude.
Which is
That's
why not? There's less traffic, less noise, less everything. Of course, they're living there. You know, and it's just a good feeding ground because there's lots of other stuff out there. Now, just going over the schedule really quick. There's in the Punch Your Texas Tickets segment, and we're our friends at Forthright told us to make sure we mention them today. We're going to do that, and they do roofs and restoration.
phenomenal job. Hyperlocal as well.
Yeah.
Keep it
And
local.
Again, they're not sponsoring this segment. We just wanted to bring them up because maybe we could bait them into sponsoring this segment.
Is that part of the fishing part terminology?
Well, so if you need a roof, please call those guys. They can help keep our show coming for you. And if you'd like to help our sponsor Texas Ticket Program, you can find us at irlonestar.com/Texas Ticket. On Facebook, we're at facebook.com/TX Ticket.
That's a lot.
Well,
That's
let's
a
get on with
mouthful.
it.
Yep.
October 9th, you can see Stevie Nicks at the Cynthia Mitchell Woodlands Pavilion. We also have that one's already passed. We got the Breakwater Grill
Freedom Fest. Dude.
yes.
It's Peyton Howie. She's been blasting that all over social media as well. So
Ever since she's been on our show, she's been everywhere.
dude, honestly, legitimately
I tried to
everywhere.
Google her before the show, and there was no real dates I could find other than the Cowboy Church.
Did you spell it properly?
Probably not. Probably not. But I'm so glad.
Dude,
I'm
you've
just
been-
grasping. We're grasping for
AJ Santana, man.
to get a part of some success for some of these young musicians.
Yeah.
And really, I honestly, that's it. We're grasping to say we helped or we were a part. And AJ Santana is in
Jen
there
Harris,
too.
dude.
Jennifer
Literally,
Harris.
one interview, 4 bookings.
And I think it's way more than that now. And,
Yeah, no, that was
and-
literally on the same day.
That's the same day, yeah, and way more than that now. And you can catch Jen Harris down there at the Breakwater
Breakwater
Grill
Grill.
from time to time. She's also going to be at Quality Sleep Shops of Texas housewarming
105,
party.
yep.
Professional.
Corey Walters.
Corey Walters.
Yeah.
Professional housewarming party. She's playing there live. We've also got. And what I think is going to be my favorite show, and I'm a little partial to a certain type of genre of music, and the Mighty Orc on the 2nd. That's September 2nd at the Breakwater Grill. He's got the whole band out from 7 to 9. Right?
Yeah, and then plus he's going to play Monday as well, September 5th, just him by himself doing a solo as well. But dude, you saw me in the studio when he did his solo. I mean, it was phenomenal. This little chickeling. Hopefully he bloody bring that thing out there.
Yeah, and I've seen his band play, and sometimes they get a little more jazzy, and then sometimes they get a little more rock and roll. So I'm not sure what to expect, but I think as long as he's at the helm, I could get that whole variety at the same time. So Friday the 2nd, I am certainly going to be there.
Oh, yeah. And then, September 3rd, we got AJ opening up for Peyton Howie. And
AJ
then
Santana, Peyton Howie on the 3rd.
And then the 4th, the same thing as well.
AJ and Peyton Howie on the 4th.
Yep.
And then on the 5th, it's back to Mighty
Orc,
solo.
yeah.
Okay, great. All that's happening at the Breakwater Grill. Where can we find that information?
So it's going to be on WaldenLakeviewDining.com. Otherwise, you can get it on breakwatergrill.com as well. And then obviously on their Facebook pages.
And that's
Grill.
GRILLE.
Yeah, with the E at the end.
None
No,
of that
thanks
makes
a lot.
any
Yeah, it
sense
makes a big
to me.
difference.
Yeah,
But,
and, I think the grill there's some different, whatever. I don't think the E is the
that
weird.
bothers you, doesn't it?
Man, it makes me feel like the K, the letter K. Just invisible, unheard.
Yeah.
I'm right up there with the knife and the knowledge and the, all those things. Just that discarded K.
It bothers you a lot. It's awesome.
Yeah, E and grill. I think it's just lazy grammatics. We should have had another word there. Moving on.
Okay,
October 8th and 9th, the Scarecrow Festival. And I want to bring that up again because Chapel Hill is it's a Texas staple. I mean, there's going
Bunch of Texas ticket over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. The Chapel Hill folks been bringing it to the table for a long time, and they're probably bringing it to ours. Their products in smokehouses or meats are sold all over Texas, all over the U.S. And you could and man, this state should be proud of what those folks put out.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
That Chapel
Good
Hill
food.
sausage brings it. Yeah.
Hey, and don't forget Freedom Fest. We've got the brunch as well at Walden Lakeview
Sunday.
Dining from 10 to 2 on Sunday. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's boat parking, regular parking at Breakwater, open to the public.
Open to the public, yep.
We also have the water adventure. What is that adventure show that Jada's put?
Oh,
together?
at Bentwater.
Bentwater,
Dude, I want to see one of those foils. I know she doesn't have them yet, but yeah.
September. Yeah, she's going to have the bunch of stuff out there. There's an army of folks coming, and you can find her at the local Bentwater Life. Hang on, I got it right here. She's giving
What are
me
you trying to find it up as well? Aren't we going to do the Battle of the Bands?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And guess what? We are judges in the Battle of the Bands.
I wonder why. You got some good eye for good talent?
And maybe not. My eye is a bit.
Oh, no, it's actually, yeah.
My ear may be a bit closer to the point.
Good.
Lord knows I'll just drift astray off the, but nevertheless, don't look at my eyes. Don't make eye contact.
That's why I got the glasses, dude.
Certainly, we will be out there judging the Battle of the Bands contest. If they're still signing up, you can find that sign-up page
awesome.
on Texas Ticket, Facebook.com/TXTicket, or you can go to Bentwater Life and their social group on Facebook.
Miss Jada's there?
Yep, or just Jade. What's Jada's last name? Why all of a sudden I can't remember that? I was going to say Pinkett.
Dude, I feel like, honestly, the amount she does for Bentwater, it's probably Jada Bentwater. Her last name. Yeah, that's just what it feels like.
Making it harder.
Even harder?
Jada Gardner.
England.
England.
You know why I
that's
remember
right.
England? Because we kicked their bottoms in Rugby World Cup twice.
I just like
2
to
finals.
Use that word bottoms. Nevertheless, that is happening, and we will be out there judging that, and we're still bringing in bands, and we're going to invite Dustin McCon from DM Music.
Oh, that's a good one.
Let him bring some of his faith-based music out there, and taste some of that.
Yeah, and what was the guy that did the karaoke for you as well?
Wow, all these names.
Dude, no, but he honestly, he got his first booking after that karaoke contest.
And
He did.
He did a competition with DM Music too. Also,
The best way to get that is go check one of the old shows, right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
check that old show. And Halloween, you have October 8th, 28th, and 29th. Now, that's the Voodoo Experience that's coming up. We're going to share a lot more information about that as we get closer to it. Look for that. Expect maybe some. I think we talked Mighty Orc.
Mighty Orc and AJ.
Guys, we're gonna wrap up the Texas Ticket segment. We're gonna wrap up the show. You know what I mean? Let's just finish up here. We're gonna come back next Friday at 1:00 as we do every Friday.
Dude, it's always a lot of fun with you, man. Cheers.
Cheers. And hopefully we keep it fun and we bring some more stuff in and we'll, who knows? During the holiday season, everybody wants to come on. We got a lot of festivals. Our season is upon us.
Oh,
The
yeah.
festival season, from Beer Fest to Renaissance
It's
Fest.
about to go down.
It is going down in Conroe, Montgomery, and the Woodlands, Magnolia. Those folks out in Huntsville, Cut and Shoot. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following. Please continue to do so. You can find us again at facebook.com/TXTicket, or you can find us on Lone Star
Radio.com.
/Texas
Ticket. Just.